The Minecraft Creative Inventory is one of the bigger parts of Minecraft. It allows you to get access to most of the blocks in the game. Because of that, there's a lot of items in the Creative Inventory, and I want to review the entire thing. This is a tier list. S is the best, C is middle ground, and F is the worst. And I'm going to rank each and every item here on this inventory. This is going to take a while. So I'm not going to do everything in one video, but luckily Minecraft has categories, so I'm going to do it by each category. Starting with building blocks. This is going to take a long time. Let's do it anyways. Our first item on the list is stone. And before we continue on, yes, I am using one of the newer default skins. His name is Kai. He has a man bun for some reason. Anyways, so, oh. Stone is one of those blocks that is everywhere. It's a foundation block for both crafting recipes and for some houses as well. It's really just a plain block, gray, it's kind of textured. It's everywhere. Everybody knows what Minecraft stone is. So, I can't really give it a bad ranking because, it's not a bad block. In fact, it's a fantastic block that sometimes we need. So, yeah. Now, giving this an S tier, it's not supreme, it's just stone. So, I think this can rest comfortably in a B tier. Can create a lot of fantastic blocks that I tend to use every time I play Minecraft. Next up is granite. Now this is a block that I do not use. Oh, this is a block that I do not use as much as I do stone. In fact, I used its polished version over on the beautiful TNT house over there. But honestly, the block itself, I mean, look at it. It doesn't look good at all. I do appreciate how it's kind of a reddish stone, and I get how it's needed, and you can make some great builds with it, but honestly, I don't use it myself, so I'm going to give it a D tier. It's not that I just usually put it in a chest and forget about it. Polished granite, on the other hand, is a different story. I used it over here, and it fits very nicely with brick. You can see, yeah, a lot of people use those together, and brick is a fantastic block. And honestly, all the polished variants are great. However, this is also one of those blocks where I don't use too often, but at the same time, it's not awful. So I think this rests comfortably at a C tier. Middle of the road. You need it when you need it. Diorite. Now, the community likes to make fun of this block because it looks like bird crap. I mean, it does. You can typically see this with images of a giant chicken over it and just, giant chicken pooping out diorite. And it's because of this that a lot of people would probably put it in F tier, but I don't think it deserves that rating. It's not terrible. I mean, alright, maybe it is kind of gross. I don't hate it though, because I've seen people do good things with this block. So yeah, I'm gonna give it an E tier. Now, polished diorite is a different story. And this, I mean, it looks like polished bird crap, but it's still really good, and I see myself using it more than I would, like, granite. But, in fact, a good hack for making a good-looking kitchen floor, like a dirty kitchen floor, is doing kind of a checker pattern like that. You can see it looks like looks like a kitchen floor. But nonetheless, I don't often use this block as well. So I'm going to give it a D tier. It's only slightly better than bird crap. Andesite. Now this is a fantastic block because it's basically just a more scratched up looking version of stone. You can see the similarities. This is a block that if I'm working with stone, like terraforming, I will seek out. Oh wait. But other than that, you know, I don't really care about it, so I'm gonna put it at C. Oh. And polished andesite is another story. You can see right here in this build, I used it with stone bricks, which is another one of my favorite blocks in the game. So, yeah. Unlike over here, because I don't terraform enough to rank this anything higher than a C. But this block, I will definitely seek it out. It's fantastic block. I would even dare to place it higher than stone. It's an A tier block. Yup. It's a good block. Deep slate. Now, I don't necessarily like this block because you only really desire this block, or I've never desired this block ever. Never wanted to have it. And the only time I see it is if I dig super down into a cave, or super far down into deep slate level, which is where I find this. And, like, the top texture is different from the side textures, which is kind of annoying. It's a cool color for a block, but other than that, like, you know, I'm placing in a D tier, but there is a better version. Cobbled deep slate. Now this has the same texture on all sides, and that's what I like about this block. It's a great color. It looks really cool. Like, look at it. This is I seek this block out. I take steps to turn this block into this. And it's because of that I have to give it another A tier. Because, you know, yeah. It's good block. Polished deep slate. This is another one of those blocks that I will also take extra steps to turn this into this. Because look at it. It looks menacing. All the lines, you know, it's the cool color and stuff like that. I'm not going to put it in S tier because I like, yeah. Different blocks, but same color. Can both look really good on castles. I like them. Calcite. Calcite is diorite, but better. This looks less like bird crap than diorite does. It's because of that. It kind of looks like marble, which was why I was kind of disappointed that you couldn't, like, make more shapes, like polished calcite and things like that. You know, they kind of missed an opportunity, because it looks like marble, but... And I will use it in marble builds, but yeah. I don't go out of my way to seek this out, and if I remember correctly... Oh, I just slapped my microphone. Yeah. It's kind of a rare block, though, because you have to find the geodes, and those are kind of difficult to find sometimes. So, yeah. I'm going to give this block a decent B tier. Tough. Tough is what does what Endercite tries to do. You know, it's like a more textured version of stone. The color's kind of gross, and yeah, it's basically a worse version of Andesite. So yeah, I never go out of my way to seek tough out. You can't, unlike Andesite, you can't make different versions of it. They're both like geode blocks. So yeah, I don't really care for tough. The only time I ever want to see tough is when I see a geode right next to it. Dripstone block. Dripstone block is useful if you want infinite lava, because if I remember correctly, you can make a I forget how to do it off the top of my head, but yeah, it basically involves using dripstone and dripstone blocks with water above it, or no, lava above it. Yeah, you can grow dripstone with this. That's what I was trying to think of. But that's it. It doesn't really have any other uses besides that. It looks ugly. There's no other blocks that have the same color, so it doesn't really match well with other blocks. And like, I'm not a professional builder or anything. Of course, you can always make any of these blocks work. But for me, yeah, I'm very new to building. So, yeah. I don't, because it produces infinite dripstone though, I guess I gotta give it a C. I think that's fair. Grass. Oh boy. If I ever get my hands on Silk Touch, you know the first thing I'm doing is grabbing one of these. Because these are so useful for making animal pens, for just, bringing around. You can grow a lot of things on it. Grass is just a useful block and it's everywhere, but, when you mine it in survival... Oh, spectator. Adventure. It just turns into dirt. Which, dirt is also a good block, but... Yeah. Every time you think of Minecraft, you think of... Oh, adventure mode. You think of the grass block. It's an iconic block. So it's because of that, and it's because of its usefulness that we have our first S tier. Yeah! Dirt is dirt. And a lot of builds like having dirt. You can grow grass with dirt, and that's what makes it useful. Very useful block. You can't really have Minecraft without dirt. So, I'll put it at 8. Or, I'll put it at S tier, because I do actually seek dirt out sometimes. And it's everywhere. Coarse dirt. Well, coarse dirt's job is to do what normal dirt's job is, except... Or, it basically looks like dirt, except you can't have grass grow on it. So if you want to make it like a dirt house and want to keep it dirt, that's the function of coarse dirt. I'm glad it exists, but very rarely do I ever seek it out. So it's because of that I'm only gonna put it at C tier. Pod soil. Pod soil is kind of an annoying block to me. Or for me. Because at first I was like singing this block's praises. Because I thought it was better to grow trees on pod soil. Which I don't know what pod soil's uses are. What I do know is that you can produce infinite of it using spruce trees. But if you're growing like giant spruce trees, you don't... Sometimes I just don't want that area to become all pod soil, so it can kind of become annoying for me. Actually, let me look up what pod soil is useful for. Oh. So it's basically the universal growth block. Huh, that's made me reconsider this, because I do like growing trees on it. I'll give it a B tier. Kind of. Alright. Rooted dirt. This is a newer block, isn't it? It's, belonging to the, isn't this, like, the tree, or azalea tree dirt? I mean, does it actually break faster than normal dirt? Let's give myself a wooden shovel. Yeah, that seems like the same speed to me. I don't really care for this block, honestly. So, I'll just give it a D tier. I don't think it's as useful as, like, coarse dirt. Ah, mud. This is one of those newer blocks, isn't it? Can't you dry this block or something? Here. This is to determine your ranking, mud. Huh. Oh, I just forgot that I still had display capture on. Well, I guess while we have display capture, is mud in Minecraft? Um, clay. Fill cauldrons with fluid. I'm trying to determine its uses. Because I remember there's like a trick that you can do here. Oh. Can't you like make... Ah! You can make packed mud with it. Whoopie-doo. Ah. Honestly, I don't care about this block. I'm just gonna put it at a D. I don't ever see myself seeking it out. I mean, unless I want to make a mud build. That's not my style as of right now. It's kind of sad that the D tier is... I guess you can make infinite clay with it, which is somewhat useful. I'll give it a C because it's a base block. It can create many other blocks with it. Crimson Nylium and Warped Nylium. I rarely mess around with the tree variants for these in survival Minecraft, and I wish I didn't because these produce, well, warped wood produces one of my favorite wood types in the game. So, yeah, I'm gonna give because of use cases, I'm gonna give that a B tier and this a C tier. I don't quite care for the wood that comes out of this variant as much as I do the others. Cobblestone, S tier, instantly. This block has so many uses. You can create tools out of it. You can create redstone. It's another base block that can create so many other beautiful blocks, including stone, which is down there. So yeah, it's kind of hard to play Minecraft without that. Oak planks, we're getting into the S tiers, aren't we? It's honestly one of my favorite wood types. It's just, I like the color. I guess I gotta put spruce up here as well, because I use spruce way too much not to give it anything lower than an S. I always seek spruce out. Birch. Everyone always hates on birch, and I don't know why, because it's a nice looking block. Like, I'm not gonna put it at A tier, but I like it. I don't dislike it. Jungle. I don't like jungle. That can sit comfortably at a B tier because I just don't like it. Like, yeah. I'm glad. I guess I'm kind of glad it exists, but yeah. Acacia, listen, we can all agree. If people hate birch, they can all agree that acacia is just worse. Nobody wants a bright orange log. I mean, I guess it can look nice depending on how you use it, but I never seek this block out. I just grab its saplings, throw it in a chest, and then never touch it. With that being said, the log for this one is really cool. Dark oak. instant A tier. This is just a fantastic block that goes well with these blocks. I'd consider putting it on S tier, but I've been putting too much stuff on S tier. Mangrove. Mangrove is the new redwood. And I am so happy that we have it now. And it looks so good. Now we have crimson planks. I mean, it can look good only when... This block only looks good when paired with the other wood type, which is this. These two look good together. But other than that, I never use it. I'm going to put this comfortably at C tier. Warped planks. It's blue wood, and I love it. And I really wish I had more of it. But because I don't often use it, I can't... I like it, but I don't use it enough to warrant me putting it anywhere higher than a B. Okay. Bedrock has always been this block with a reputation that's unbreakable, and that's its only purpose. However, it's been broken multiple times. People have figured out how to even obtain the item in survival. It's one of those blocks that's... Oh, excuse me. It's a block that's like a challenge block. And that's the only reason that people like it. Other than that, like... I mean, let's be honest, it kind of looks ugly. I honestly can't give this block, like... I just don't... Since I'm not really one to challenge Bedrock, I just don't really care about it. So, yeah. Its only purpose is as a rule, not as anything we can build anything out of. It's just a rule saying that you can't go any further down than this, and it's a rule that's been broken many times. It's... yeah. Sand? This is one of those blocks that everybody has to seek out, especially if they want to even dream about using glass. Or TNT for that matter. Oh, that just reminded me. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give this an A, a B, oh, excuse me, an A tier because, like, you have to seek this block out eventually. Although I just realized I put this over stone. Yeah. B tier. B tier sounds fitting for it. Red sand, not so much. Honestly, it's same with acacia. No, I don't work with orange enough to have this. Okay. Can you even smelt red sand? Here, let's do an experiment, okay, folks? Let's get some coal. Oh, you can. Okay. Okay. You know what? Because it creates glass, I'll boost its rank a bit. It's a little bit more useful now. Now, gravel. Gravel, you can create flint out of. Um, it's it can create concrete. Oh my goodness, I forgot about this. Honestly, I don't seek out gravel too much. Not unless I really want flint. And I'm probably forgetting something, so I'm just gonna put this at C tier. It's kind of neutral. It's not better than sand, but I do like it. Or I don't, yeah. Ah, coal ore. You know, I only seek this block out because I have to. I mean, yeah. It creates coal, which is a very useful resource when it comes to furnaces and torches. It's one of those base blocks, and yeah, I'll give it a B. I like it for its uses. Now, deep slate coal ore. If I remember correctly, this is one of those rarest blocks in the entire game, right? I guess. I mean, yeah. If you ever see deep slate coal ore, it's a rarity, and you definitely want to silk touch it. Um, so yeah, I like rare blocks. So I'm putting that at an S tier. Iron ore. Oh, I love this block. 'Cause iron is one of the most useful items in the entire game. And early game, you are seeking these out. These are more valuable than diamonds early game. Well, kinda. It is to me, at least. I honestly cannot give it anything more than an A. It's just amazing. And, like, same thing with its deep slate variant, because, yeah. Now, copper. I'm just gonna do both these ores at the same time. Um, honestly, copper's nice and all, but these blocks, eh. I just don't see much use in copper. You don't ever seek them out in your world. Now let's do gold ore, shall we? Now, these blocks are the same with, I mean, gold, I guess, is kind of a currency. Or I've seen it often used as a currency early game, but that's about it. You don't really use the coal ore for much else other than just mining it. I'm gonna put it at a B tier because I mean I like gold. Ooh, redstone. I'm not much of a redstoner, but whenever I see these blocks, I definitely have to mine them because yeah. Redstone is definitely useful, especially later on in the game. Emerald ore. Hold on a second, isn't this rare? Isn't emerald ore rare? No. Honestly, emeralds are kind of like my fuel for my Minecraft style. But I never obtain them through these. I always obtain them through villagers first because villagers are overpowered. So I'm honestly just gonna give these a C because they're still pretty rare, I hear. Eh, I don't ever care for these though. So I'm gonna put these at a solid E. Moving on to lapis. Ooh, I never ever seek lapis, but when I get it, or when I need to get lapis, like for an enchantment table, I never seem to have it. But because that's just about it with lapis, though. I don't really care for it too much. Diamond ore. Diamond ore. Isn't this variant, like, super rare now? I think it is, right? Anyways, I mean, diamonds kind of become a currency later on, which means these ores are absolutely essential to grab and fortune them. Plus, if you find them early game, they're an easy bargaining chip, especially over gold. Nether gold ore. I'm honestly glad they added that because the piglin bartering system is amazing. But honestly, that's about it. You only really mine those for piglins. I'm gonna put it with the rest of the gold ores. I think that's where it belongs. Nether quartz ore. This is like one of the few ways you can ever obtain quartz. Besides piglin trading, and you can obtain all the blocks from the stonemason. Very useful for redstoning, but beyond that, nothing much. Ancient debris. Otherwise known as Cinnabons, because they kind of look like them, don't they? S tier block, because these are also another huge bargaining chip, just like diamonds. And they create netherite, which is... I like netherite. It looks cool. Block of coal. Now we know you're only making this because, I mean, you want to fuel furnaces. These technically last more than normal coal do, so... Yeah, if you're doing like if you're doing a lot of items in a single like furnace slot, this is very useful. But other than that, honestly, I don't ever seek to make a block of coal unless I'm doing like, I don't know, some sort of train build. So yeah. Block of iron. Honestly, when do you ever make any of these? Because you have a crap ton of the raw ores and you just want to put them all into one inventory slot. That's the only time you ever make any of these blocks. They do look kind of cool, but I never use them. So, yeah. Copper goes down here, and iron and gold go up there. They're not that useful. Amethyst. This is one of those blocks that's like, we didn't ask for it, but we definitely like it. And when you find an amethyst geode, you're definitely collecting some of this stuff, if not just the crystals. Now, block of amethyst, I'm going to give a solid B tier because, yeah, very useful. However, budding amethysts are useful because they can create more of those. So, yeah, actually, I'm going to put budding amethyst up here, normal amethyst down there. It's just a very sparkly block. We kind of needed that. Oh, I have more respect for these metal variants than I do for the raw versions, cause like, look at it. It's a block. This is infinite actually, cause you can get them from iron farms. Plus, they look really cool, especially modern builds and vault builds. I have to give these an A because I always seek iron out, and this iron is another thing that can be found in my Minecraft bloodline. Block of copper. This is literally the only reason you can ever seek to get copper besides the little telescope thing. Plus, I have Optifine, so yeah. Anyways, this honestly not a bad looking block. And even though I don't really like where it comes from, I do like the blocks themselves, enough to seek them out sometimes. So yeah, there we go. I'm going to extend this tier list a little bit. Look at that tier list. Looks beautiful. Next up, we have Block of Gold. And this is another one of those blocks that's really cool, just like iron. And yeah, I definitely seek to make these. They also make for a great bartering item. Block of Diamond, S tier. How could I not give these things an S tier? It's blocks of diamonds are a sign of wealth in Minecraft. If you have them, you're a very wealthy person, especially if they're on display. Same thing with block of netherite. Just a sign of wealth. And it's also a sign of no life. I've never obtained a block of netherite in Minecraft Survival. I don't think I've even obtained a block of diamonds. We're getting into all the copper variants. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Exposed copper does not look good at all. It just looks like normal copper, but like worse. You know, you only want this block because you're aging it. So I'm gonna put it at a I'm actually gonna we have our first F here. I just don't nobody ever uses this block. It looks terrible. And the same thing with weathered copper. Like I just don't like it. However, oxidized copper. Oh, now this is a handsome looking block. Definitely one that's it's the one that makes both these stages of the copper getting oxidized worth it. Because like when you're oxidizing your copper, this is what you seek. It looks amazing. Cut copper. I never used this block, and yet it looks very good actually. So, yeah. Honestly, I wish I used this block more. It kind of reminds me of Purpur, but better. Um, I mean, I guess even the cut versions of these look good. And the oxidized version, oh. I like how, like, the non-so oxidized version is, yeah. I like how it's, yeah. Waxed block of copper. Oh my goodness, for a second I forgot this existed. Do you want to know what purpose it serves? It's to make this stage permanent. Yeah. I mean, this is a stage that needs to be permanent. Because, yeah, it looks good. I'll be honest with you. I've been doing this for a while now. I'm starting to get a little tired. All right, waxed exposed copper. Why the hell are you keeping copper at this stage? uh, that's a waste of wax right there. And it's the same thing with the wax weathered copper. Like the normal weathered copper is only a tier up, but this, I mean, it just, I feel terrible that you wasted a piece of B substance on that. Waxed oxidized copper. Let's talk about these blocks for a second. All of these blocks. When are you ever gonna wax something that's done aging? Like, I know these blocks only exist in the game for consistency, but that's it. You're not waxing this stage ever. It's a waste of wax. In fact, I'm not going to put these on the tier list because I never use them. Bam. You don't wax that. Now, waxed cut copper, I mean, it's basically just a permanent stage of normal cut copper. So yeah, I'm not gonna give it an S tier because I don't use it enough. Wax exposed copper. I mean, you've heard what I had to say about the other versions. Waste of wax. You don't, well, I guess these are slightly better than, I mean, if you're gonna wax something, at least do these. Yeah. Wax cut copper stairs. You know, this is the first stair variant, and I wasn't exactly expecting that. Did we even go over the stair variants for these? I mean, they're stairs. Why should I put the stairs on the tier list? Cut copper stairs. I feel like these, well, alright, fine. I guess I did say I would review every single item in the creative inventory. I never make these, nor do I make the slabs. So, yeah, I don't see a purpose in making these. You know where I'm putting these. I'm never gonna make them. Like, ever. Except for these. I'm gonna make these, definitely. But, like... Man, I really seem like I hate the weathered variants. I mean, I guess I kind of do. I see their purpose, but I'm never gonna use them. I hate the way they look. And it's like the same story with the waxed versions. You wasted a piece of wax on them. That's all you did. Man, I need to extend the tier list already? There's a lot of items in the creative inventory. Oh. I'm starting to get tired, aren't I? You know, the F tier list just went from 0 to having everything in it. I don't really like the copper items too much, but eh, that's my opinion. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna take a bit of a break here. Geez. I'll be back. So, post-recording Eddie here. This video took a lot longer than I expected. Like, way longer than it should have. So, yeah. I'm splitting this video into multiple parts. This part is gonna be 40 minutes long. I don't know if anybody's gonna watch it, but if you did, you're a Chad. Um, so yeah, thanks for watching, and if you like this kind of content, then please subscribe. I will finish this. I promise. I've yeah. Have a good day. Got to get back to editing here.